Breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. The Pittsburgh Steelers will have wide receiver JuJu Smith-Schuster in the lineup when they face Kansas City Sunday night in their AFC wildcard clash. Smith-Schuster made the announcement himself on social media Saturday. He suffered what was originally expected to be a season-ending shoulder injury during Week 5. He underwent surgery and missed the Steelers' final 12 games of the regular season. Pittsburgh 12.5-point underdogs versus Kansas City. Here's what he posted on social media. God answered my prayers and I've recovered from my season-ending shoulder injury earlier than expected. I can't believe I get another chance to take the field with this team and play in a playoff game to keep our season alive. Steelers Nation, hashtag here we go. Now, regardless of how much time he's missed, he has the skills to be a factor. Last year in the wild card round against Cleveland, 13 receptions on 19 targets for 157 yards and a touchdown. The Steelers were one and done, though. They lost 48-37 to the Cleveland Browns. For more on Smith-Schuster's surprise return, let's now welcome in part-time NFL analyst, full-time fantasy expert, Jamey Eisenberg. Jamey, JuJu was expected to be out the entire season, designated to return from IR this week, and back at practice. Given they are likely one and done yet again this year, are you surprised to see him return?
Very surprised, Jeremy. You look at the situation. He's a free agent this offseason, so he's either going to, potentially sway his opportunities one way or the other. If he goes out and has another big game like we saw in the playoffs last year, maybe that shows some teams, okay, that he still has the opportunity to be one of the superstar receivers and gets a bigger contract than most people expected. Or he maybe hurts himself a little more, suffers another injury. I don't know how healthy he is. I'm assuming he's fine. This was expected to be season ending, but, we don't know if it was regular season ending or just season ending. So the fact that he's able to come back, I think kind of speaks volumes to who he is. It's a good sign, for Steelers fans. Obviously, add some life to this offense, another big-time weapon in the passing game if he's right. But you just have to wonder how healthy he is, where the rust factor is, and just what impact he'll make for this passing game.
And certainly sends a message to Steelers Nation that he is committed to the cause. How much of an impact would you expect him to have, given that he has missed so much time?
I mean, that's the biggest question. Where is his conditioning at? What's his role going to be? They have, pretty defined roles for their receiving core right now. Obviously, Deontay Johnson's the star. Chase Claypool has assumed that second role, but he doesn't play the same type of role that JuJu plays. And then Ray McCloud has kind of stepped into that JuJu Smith-Schuster role. Since JuJu went down, they've established Pat Freiermuth, so we'll see, sort of how they work JuJu in. But obviously, you have a player of this caliber. Look, he hasn't been the same since his second year, since he's had to become the de facto number one guy, which we know it didn't work, and then Deontay Johnson took that role. He just has not lived up to expectations, taking over for Antonio Brown once Brown's departure happened. But he still can be a viable weapon. So, it's probably going to be a situation where his snap count is limited, maybe 10 to 15 plays, 20 plays, but you never know when adrenaline kicks in. Obviously, it's the playoffs. Look, the Steelers got handled badly in Kansas City a few weeks ago, so anything that can inject some life into this offense, they will certainly welcome it, and so hopefully JuJu can make some plays.
Yeah, Najee Harris has been cleared to return, so there's that as well. Fellow wide receiver, you mentioned Deontay Johnson. He said he looked sharp in practice this week, did JuJu, so we'll see what he can do on the field. The announcement hasn't affected the spread as of yet. Does this really change anything in terms of the expected outcome or the line, Jamey, for you?
No, I don't think so. He's not that type of player. It's not like you're bringing back a quarterback or a premier defensive guy. He's just going to add to what this offense hopefully can show. You're hearing everything out of Steeler Nation about we're going to shock the world. It's everybody against us. So they're going in with the right mindset of we have nothing to lose. Look, how they got into the playoffs. They had to wait for the overtime game to end between the Chargers and the Raiders at the end of Week 18. So this is a bonus for them. It's another game for Ben Roethlisberger. It's another game for JuJu to go out there and make some plays. Hopefully it's fun. The last time, again, this was an embarrassing performance for Pittsburgh. So you just hope that they're able to keep pace with the Chiefs and hopefully make an exciting ball game. But no, I don't think it changes things from what the outcome should be.
Jamey, you gave us some DFS advice throughout the day today. Would you take a flyer on JuJu and maybe adjust your lineups and add him?
I don't think it's a bad idea to take a flyer on him because he's so cheap. He's $3,000 on DraftKings, $4,500 on FanDuel. The problem is, again, is what are you getting? So you're hoping for maybe a miracle play. The numbers that you guys showed from the Browns game last year, that offense was just throwing the ball all over the place. So are they going to try and do the same thing? Maybe. But again, this Chiefs defense is really good. So I think if you're just looking at JuJu, you're talking about a contrarian play, building your lineup out a different way. I don't think this is a situation you want to stack Ben Roethlisberger and JuJu Smith-Schuster and hope you're getting production that way. It's just one of those things where you hope that there's maybe a touchdown. He hasn't caught a touchdown. He ran for a touchdown in the 4 games that he played in. But, you hope to just see, again, if you're a Steelers fan, you hope to see one more positive play for JuJu because he's probably leaving the team. Obviously, he's not going to be catching passes from Ben Roethlisberger. So it's more of a flyer. The price is just right based on where he's listed at because nobody expected him to play.
He is CBS Sports HQ fantasy expert Jamey Eisenberg joining us to discuss the return of JuJu Smith-Schuster for the Steelers wildcard game against the Chiefs on Sunday night. Thanks very much, Jamey. The Steelers have lost the past 2 meetings with Kansas City. This will be their 3rd time meeting in the playoffs. As mentioned, Chiefs big favorites. Biggest wildcard spread ever between 2 teams at 12.5 currently. The game is the penultimate game of the wildcard round Sunday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.